Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I've been testing another ANTOP over-the-air TV antenna. I asked them if they could send me something that would get good reception in my area, which is not the best place in the world, that could be used inside. And they suggested, because I've tried some of their inside antennas, and I get about 35 to 40 channels, where their outside antennas have been giving me like 100 channels. So I was asking them for something that you could put inside that wouldn't look too obtrusive. Or if you were allowed, you could put it outside. And they sent me this one here. This is the AT-402B. Can be used inside or outside. There's the mounting hardware. There's a 40-foot cable to bring it inside. This is the amplifier. And then down here is a stand that you can put it in to stand it up inside. That's what I wanted. So I set it up initially, and I'll try to show you my pictures. Whoa. This is a disaster for doing any reception. I tried to set it up in my office, and this is my 40-inch TV that will receive over-the-air TV signals and decode them. So you can see I got a lot of, you don't see all of it, I got lots of electronics, and most of it's turned on. So I've got computer. Over here I got my two main computers. There's the router there. Here is the internet modem. I got it right here. I got a switch for hooking up more computers. I got a computer over here you can't see. So as you can see, lots of interference if you put an antenna in this room. And I did initially do that test. I put the antenna right here where this little tripod is. And it received 35 channels, but a lot of them had dropouts due to the interference. So, and this is the beauty of this one, so since it came with 40 foot of cable, here's the cable coming from the back of the TV down, the little built-in amplifiers behind here. Then it connects to this cable. Now, here is where it goes out of my room. There's the box that came in. There's my little kitty. Into the next room. Here. So this room, as far as electronics, there isn't hardly anything on in this room. Actually, there's not that much in the way of electronics in this room. There's plenty of mess because I use this as storage. So I'm pointing it to this wall, and this is the wall that faces east. And the antenna farm, which there's about, 20 transmitters, is in that direction. So we've got the wall to go through, and then outside this wall, and I've showed you on previous videos about antennas like this, there is a tree, a huge tree. Now this is on the second floor, but the tree is high enough that it's above the second floor. So I've got the interference from that tree. It's an evergreen, so it always has leaves. But the good news is, here's my spreadsheet. Here is this new one, the AT-402B. This is my outdoor antenna. This is a big antenna, the AT-800 SBS. I think it's one of the biggest ones they make, which I tested back in May, and I tested it outside. It got 118 channels, free and clear, no dropouts. This one got 90, didn't put it on here, 96 channels. Now, it will vary from day to day and time of day and stuff like that. So there will be variances that have nothing to do with the antennas. So if I go back up here at the top, You see, I got this one in the wrong place. But you see, I got these, actually picked up one extra channel on the network 3, which is the PBS channel in our area. Then I got 3 here, duplicate. This one, I don't know if they were off the air. This is an independent station, so they could have been off the air and I didn't get anything. I picked up these, which I didn't pick up with the 800 when I tested it back then. So you can see there's some variance. But overall, and this antenna is inside my house, as I showed in the picture before. And it got 96 channels, more than enough. Now, I don't know how well it will do if you're in a single-story house. So then you've got the surrounding houses possibly blocking your view. There's a lot of variables, so you have to keep that in mind. You really need to do a survey of where your TV is and where you could put an antenna. Can you have an outside antenna, or are you restricted? You must have an inside antenna. This antenna did great inside. I have not tested. I've got another radio that's similar to this one. I tested it initially in my office and it did poor, but it only came with a 15-foot cable, so I couldn't move it to the other room. Now I sent a question to ANTOP. Can I use the 40-foot cable from this antenna to test that other antenna again in the other room? And I think it'll do a lot better. So anyway, that's it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. I want to thank ANTOP for supplying me these antennas to test. And I may be done. They've sent me about a dozen antennas, and I think I'm about done. I do want to do more testing at different locations. I have a number of friends and neighbors, local, that have seen my videos and said, hey, could you bring that to my house and set it up and see how well it will work at my house? So I'm planning on doing that. I asked them if I could film some of my testing. They said fine. So I'm going to be doing that in the future. Anyway, if you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up and have a great day. Bye-bye.